Today is April 8th, 2024. It is 11:05 Central Standard Time. I am at the Fieldhouse crossover in Leander, Texas, and I'm getting ready to film the solar eclipse. The weather right now is still overcast, and there are some little pockets of blue sky. But from looking at the forecast for later today, we're probably going to stay very cloudy. So we'll see what happens with the eclipse. But I brought my drone with me today, so I'm going to get some before, during, and maybe some after footage so we can capture it all. Let's check it out. I'm so happy that even though it was overcast and everyone was kind of at the edge of their seat, hoping that we would get a little bit of clear weather when it was our turn, that it happened. And right around 1:30, I think, was when the totality was going to hit us here where I was at in Austin, Texas. This is actually the crossover, and what we're looking at specifically is called the Fieldhouse. It's like this really cool outdoor venue where they have the soccer field, outdoor volleyball, the pickleball courts, and the stage that we're about to see underneath that roof on the right hand side. That's where they had the jumbotron, where they were streaming, I think, the NASA feed as it was touching North America, starting with Mexico around 10 a.m. and then it finally, by the time it reached us, it was like around 1:30, 1:35, and I was posted up right there. You see that building, the far left, where that kind of outdoor bar is, where you see those two chairs, and you can kind of see that tripod camera. That's where my friend Robert was. I had just met him. He was a total enthusiast when it came to this eclipse. I really picked his brain about a lot of things, and I actually got his information because I'm like, I'm gonna see the pictures later on. But super cool. I really wanted you to take note. Oh, this is actually on a side note here. Firefly, cool little aerospace company here in Leander, right across the street from the crossover. But keep note and make a note of the crossover sign and these food trucks here in the bottom corner, because when it gets complete and utter darkness, that's all you can see is the lights from the food trucks and the crossover sign. And I freaked out when I believe the eclipse is supposed to happen where I'm at around 1, and right now it is 11:23. And just like a few minutes ago, it was very cloudy, and now the sun is barely peeking out. But the clouds are still coming in. We'll see what happens. I just heard them announce that if it's cloudy and overcast on the jumbotron, they're going to be playing the NASA stream, where we're going to be able to still see the eclipse if it gets that bad and cloudy out here. So stay tuned. So you can kind of see it's getting a little bit darker here now. And my original intention was to do like a little 360 kind of pan shot of the field house before, during, and after, so we can kind of see that transition. And remember, in the earlier shot, it was almost nobody here. Now it's getting closer to that time. There's a lot more people here, and they all have their glasses ready. And so you know how I'm doing this little 360 here. So that was my intent, to do that when it was complete and total darkness. But as soon as that happened, I got this message on my controller saying that the visibility was very bad because of how dark it was, and I even lost some satellite tracking, so I couldn't do this movement properly, because it's something that I use the controller, it's a preset, and I did not want to risk doing it manually, because I would have crashed it, and you literally couldn't see anything, just the lights from the food trucks and that crossover sign. So make a note. You see how the lights are coming out from the food truck a little bit, the neon lights, and then the neon lights from the building. That's all you could see for, I think it was totality for us was like maybe 8 to 10 minutes. And when it was happening, I was just trying to be in the moment, looking through my glasses. I was taking some pictures with my camera phone, and everyone was cheering. You know, it was the countdown. The DJ, we had a DJ here who was on point with the music. It was just clutch. Everything that was, it was very appropriate for what was about to happen. Check it out. You can kind of see it. Someone's dimming the lights out here. Someone's dimming the lights, and now someone turned off the lights. When it happened, I was like, I was expecting to see a little bit of outlines and, not just one shade of black, but and I was hoping to see a little bit of more shapes, but you can see how complete and utter darkness it was. And I just left it hovering. I was freaking out because I'm like, should I try to do it manually? Because I could, but I would lose my point of reference, and I cannot afford to lose my drone right now. But look, you could just see the food trucks here. Those are some people, I believe, that you can see those little lights. I'm sure those are people's phones because everyone was trying to take pictures, especially when you could see that ring, and you could see some of the solar flares from, at least I could, from through the glasses, and it was just pretty amazing to be a part of it. And then the temperature dropped. That was interesting. The temperature dropped immediately, and it was complete and utter darkness, and just quite the experience. Quite the experience. Wow. This whole time, I think I was just in the moment, trying to really just take it all in, and it was pretty. I felt very fortunate to live here and be like in the on the route of this eclipse where we could see it in its totality, because so many people, I think there was road closures. I know like major semi trucks couldn't be on the road. There was a lot of traffic because there's so much of all the extra tourism for people flocking to Texas to catch the eclipse. So you can kind of see here, you can see the field house on the bottom there. It's starting to light up again. Okay, now we can kind of see shapes. We can kind of see shapes of the building now. And now, okay, isn't that awesome? Look at that. Look at that. I'm so glad I left it there. I didn't really mess with it because we could see that. If I had been pointing it straight down at the food trucks, I would have been so upset because you would have been able to see anything. That little transition right there was worth it alone. Was worth it. So this shot is just right after the eclipse. Everyone was just like cheering when it was during. Everyone was cheering afterwards, and it was quite the time. They always put on really good events here, and it's nice that they're free, and there's just very open space, and it's very dog friendly. I love coming to the field house, and it was quite the day. My first eclipse ever, seeing it in totality and seeing that ring. And just having the glasses, because sometimes I think I've seen half of Eclipse and didn't have the glasses and kind of squinted anyways. But here I am, touching down. There's Robert with his camera. Can't wait to see his shots. And then I'm manually setting her down. You're going to see my dog Simba here in a second. But pretty cool day. Definitely a big check in the box for that life resume to see a total eclipse in a lifetime. Pretty miraculous, pretty awesome. I feel really fortunate. And that's it. Let's mark the day, April 8th, 2024, in Leander, Texas. I saw the total eclipse, the ring of fire, and can't beat that.